Let's talk about what happens after a child goes to court and is placed on probation. Juvenile Services tries to tailor probation to the individual child and offer services that would help that child with any needs they may have so that they will be successful ultimately once they are off probation. Probation could include things like restitution, which is paying back for any damage or any expenses that were caused by the child's act. It could include therapy or counseling, and there are a number of different counseling programs. There is a program called a functional family therapy, which includes the family, whoever's the caregiver, the guardian, and tries to include everyone within that household so that they can learn how to function better together, which is ultimately the goal. A lot of offenses arise out of family conflict for juveniles. There's another program called TCAP, which stands for Tarrant County Advocacy Program. As the name suggests, that's only available here in Tarrant County. But what it is a mentorship program where the child is assigned an adult mentor who works with that child for a period during their probation. And that can include things like learning coping mechanisms, learning how to identify problems. This adult is going to be someone with experience, and they'll be able to, in the real world, in real ways, work with the child so that they can be more successful. And that mentorship program also includes fun things. So they'll go on field trips together, they'll bond, they'll hang out. So the child has a strong mentor or another strong mentor in their life if they need it. Drug treatment is available for a child who may need it and is placed on probation. Drug treatment can be done at home in the community on probation, or there's a residential drug treatment program for children with more severe drug treatment needs. That place is called Texas Youth Recovery Campus, and it's here in Fort Worth. For juveniles who are adjudicated of a sexual-related offense, they are placed on a specific juvenile sex offender caseload program. I won't get into all the details of that right now, but we may cover that in a separate video. For children with mental health needs, there are a number of programs that provide counseling within the family, psychological services, psychiatric services, all those kinds of things, so that a child's mental health does not hinder their progress while they're on probation. For most kids who are placed on probation, they are going to be ordered to do some amount of community service. Community service can be done a number of different ways for juveniles who are on probation. The easiest way and the most structured way is to attend a community service event with the probation department. Some of the hours are probably going to be required to be done that way, but there's also other ways that community service can get done for kids. Book reports, or reviewing a movie with a positive message and writing down some things about how that movie affected them or what that movie taught them, things like that. So it's not all hard labor, but what it is designed to help the child understand his or her value within the community and why it's important to be a law-abiding person. The law says that the community service hours can also be imposed on the parent. Here in Tarrant County, the judge doesn't always require that, especially if the parent can make a showing that they're trying, that they didn't contribute to the child's unlawful behavior, things like that. The judge of Tarrant County, at least, doesn't want parents to have more burdens than they already have just by having a child on probation. And then for the most part, a fee is going to be assessed for supervision. That fee is usually about $15 a month. The child is supposed to pay it. So if the child's able to have a job, then they would be the one to pay for those probation fees, which is a great lesson in responsibility. If that job starts to impact their success on probation or their grades start slipping, then the child may not be able to keep that job as a condition of probation. But for the most part, if a child is legally old enough to work, the judges encourage it. Throughout the process, the child's family will have been working with a probation officer, who is the officer designed to do that pre-court, pre-trial, or intake work with the family. After the child goes to court and is placed on probation, there will be a new probation officer assigned to that child. That probation officer will be chosen by their location. So the probation officer that is now supervising your child will be at a location that's closer to your home or to the child's school, because they will be visiting your home and your child's school. Amount of reporting can vary. So it could be weekly, it could be multiple times a week, and that could vary within the term of probation. Those are some, but probably not all, of the conditions that can be required for a child who is placed on probation probation. I say probably not all because the judges can get creative, and if a child has an individualized need, the juvenile system does try to find a way to address it. Thank you for watching. Please leave any questions or comments below, or you can visit us at vergestexas.com.